Iran has said it blames America and President Trump.
Israel's Prime Minister has been asking the US to join the war against Iran.
If these strikes continue to intensify, this will result in the United States getting dragged in.
Things are escalating at a very fast rate in Middle East, and it seems US may get dragged into it. Just yesterday, Israel officially asked the US to join the military campaign against Iran, but US rejected the request. Then today, we had President Trump saying that maybe we'll get involved in the future. Now, this is something we covered yesterday already, but there's only two situations where US gets involved in this war. One, if the US troops or US workers are attacked, and second, oil. Now, we'll get to the oil part in just a second, because we have had a lot of escalation in regards of attacking each other's oil refineries and oil assets today. But before we do that, let's go over the US workers. Just today, we had an extremely close call at the US embassy in Iraq. US forces shoot down a suicide drone near the US General Consulate in Idlib, Iraq. Iranian proxy groups operating in Iraq are likely behind the attack. Here's the clip of the drone. Now, this consulate is not operating at its full capacity, but we still have US citizens, US workers working for the government there. So it's definitely going to be a huge deal if we do have any kind of attack at the embassy. What's even more worrying is we already have a big protest going on right outside the zone where the embassy is located. Here's the clip of the protest.
حياكم الله اهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكل ابنائنا اهلا وسهلا بالرساليون الناس عاليه بحياكم.
These are definitely concerning developments, and we'll keep talking about the interview President Trump just gave today. I just want to talk about this quote he said. Trump said that US is not involved offensively in the current Israel-Iran war, but it's possible we could get involved. Now, of course, I will put this disclaimer here. Trump loves to talk a lot, especially with journalists, so we don't want to put too much weight on what he's saying just in an interview casually. Yeah, that is a possibility, especially if things keep escalating in the Middle East. This is a post he just made yesterday. The US had nothing to do with the attack on Iran tonight. Now, pay attention to the wording he's using. He's talking about the attack, very specifically referring to the offensive that Israel carried out. Now, continuing with the tweet. If we were attacked in any way, shape, or form by Iran, the full strength and the might of the US armed forces will come down on you at levels never seen before. However, we can easily get a deal done between Iran and Israel and end this bloody conflict. With his comments, with his statements, and even with his actions, Trump seems very adamant that US is not going to get involved unless American lives are at risk. In fact, we had a bombshell report come out just today that proves Trump's position. Trump vetoed an Israeli plan to kill Iranian supreme leader. Now, according to the report, this plan likely took place in the last 2 days, possibly on the night when Israel started this operation, Operation Rising Lion. Here's an interesting quote that someone said Trump told Israel, and this is the quote. Have the Iranians killed an American yet? No. Until they do, we're not even talking about going after the political leadership. Now, the most shocking part of this report was the fact that this came out around 11 a.m. Eastern on Sunday, so yesterday, and